Hello, I'm Dr. Leonard Horowitz, and this is the Healthy World Ambassadors Level 1 training in the fundamentals of anatomy, physiology, and metabolism. Congratulations for taking advantage of this opportunity to advance a successful career in natural healing. Natural medicine, alternative medicine, and/or energy medicine is very different from pharmaceutical or drug-based medicine. In general, the medical profession is based on a pack of lies. And here you are going to learn the truth about healing and healthcare, independent of pharmaceutical propaganda, indoctrination, and social conditioning. In essence, Healthy World Organization is advancing to provide an alternative to the corrupt World Health Organization that promotes risky vaccinations and deadly drugs while neglecting the basics of education and healthcare that people need in order to prevent diseases and even heal miraculously, naturally. This is the first of 3 trainings that you are encouraged to take to become a certified Healthy World Ambassador, making you eligible for greater commissions in the HealthyWorldAffiliates.com business program, and advancing towards gaining a doctorate in energy medicine to lead a fulfilling life and career as a doctor of bioenergetic healing. In this training module, you're going to learn about the fundamentals of health biology, chemistry, anatomy, and physiology. I'll also be pointing out some of the false and destructive doctrines that are still being taught in medical schools and traditional courses on these topics. At the end of this program, you'll be asked to complete a questionnaire that confirms your review of this course so that you can receive a certificate of Level 1 completion in the Healthy World Ambassador program. So listen up carefully and take notes if needed. You can also stop this presentation at any moment to review the graphics. So let's get started. In this review of health science, we're going to cover the fundamentals about atoms and bonding, organic chemistry, cell structure, cell growth and reproduction, human anatomy, and physiology. To begin, consider atomic bonding. There are 2 types of bonds to consider in atomic bonding. First of all, atoms are considered among the smallest components of physical matter. And these 2 types of bonds connect the atoms to each other. These are covalent bonds and ionic bonds. Covalent bonds are those in which atoms share electrons, such as you see here, with 2 hydrogen atoms sharing electrons to form the element helium. The sun is made up of about 2% helium and about 98% hydrogen, and we virtually get all of our energy from the sun. So the sun is about 100% hydrogen atoms that give off electrons in the form of solar radiation, photons and phonons of light and sound, all electrons moving through hydrated space. We get all of our energy this way from the sun and from water. The entire universe, in fact, operates electronically or piezoelectrically. The movement of anything and everything depends on electron movement, or electronic energy. Water is another covalently bonded molecule wherein hydrogen shares electrons with oxygen. If people simply understood the power of hydrogen, oxygen, in water, we could revolutionize medicine. Here's how and why. Because body chemistry depends primarily on water and pH, or the parts hydrogen. This determines the availability of energy, or electrons, to empower and enable the immune system, muscles, nerves, brain functions, and more. This brings up the second type of bond, ionic bonds, wherein electrons from elements are donated to other elements, creating charged particles, or polarized combinations of atomic elements that form charged molecules. Electromagnetized ions are formed from ionic bonds, and electron donations of this type form various kinds of ionic bonds and molecular structures. Now, the chemistry of water, H plus OH minus yields H2O. This presents an ionically bonded hydroxyl radical, or negatively charged OHs, OH minuses. This is the main carrier of energy and metabolism for your body. It is the mover and shaker of electrons throughout your body that gives you energy. The oxygen carries the added electron, the energy carrier, As a result, then, oxidative reductive reactions or redox reactions occur. The oxygen charge is reduced by the addition of an electron from hydrogen, and the hydrogen is oxidized by the presence of oxygen, pulling on the electron from the hydrogen. This basic chemistry regulates body chemistry primarily and is vitally important in sustaining health and reversing diseases. The first two steps of my healing celebrations protocol for miraculous healings depends on detoxification and good hydration, as well as alkylation of the blood. Alkalization or alkylation of the blood with the hydroxyl OH negative radical means that you have plenty of available electrons accompanying the oxygen, that is, the breath of life, moving through your blood, thanks to your red blood cells. Diseases, including cancers and autoimmune diseases, inflammatory conditions, neurological impairments, that is, nerve and muscle problems, typically depend on acid. Too much acid or oxidized H+ free radicals and not enough OH- reduced hydroxyl radicals creates for your system a chemistry that invites disease. Lifestyle risks, therefore, associated with these diseases or conditions of chemistry that produce diseases, too much acid in your body, or simply not enough energy electrons available to defend yourself energetically against diseases, include caffeine, nicotine, sugars or refined carbohydrates including chocolates, stress, alcohol, lots of red meats, and nearly all pharmaceuticals or drugs cause your body to turn acidic. Then you become a breeding ground for infections, pathogenic bacteria, viruses, fungus, yeast infections. These require this acidified state of your body chemistry to occur. An easy way to remember this concept that acid attacks your body, reducing oxygen and depleting energy electrons, is recalling the pain of a charley horse or muscle spasm. Most everybody has had these. These muscle spasms are caused by lactic acid buildup in the muscles. The muscles are contracting and burning up oxygen and peeing out or discharging acid, that is, H pluses. Until you rehydrate and reoxygenate the area, your pain remains. Another good way to remember this chemistry and health science is considering heart disease and angina, or heart muscle pain. The pain is alleviated by nitroglycerin, or, naturally, cayenne pepper under the tongue. Why? Because nitroglycerin and cayenne pepper are very alkalinizing. Under the tongue, there are large blood vessels that soak up alkalinizing agents and then neutralize the lactic acid in and around the heart muscle, causing the muscle to relax, stopping the pain. Just like a charley horse goes away, so does a heart attack condition go away, or angina goes away when you simply alkalinize and reoxygenate the muscles. Again, this allows the heart muscle to function normally again. Now, this discussion brings up several products that Healthy World affiliates as well as Healthy World ambassadors have available to them. Zeolife, a detoxifying aid. Alkalife, a water pH adjuster. And Oxysilver, a broad-spectrum antimicrobial that works safely by destabilizing negatively charged surface membranes on pathogenic bacteria, viruses, and fungi. The HealthyWorldStore.com also carries pH-adjusting water technologies that can be very helpful. Besides this, Love Minerals, a wonderful product that provides monoatomic and diatomic minerals that are vitally important to overall health, physiology, and metabolism, are in Love Minerals. We need minerals and normal energy metabolism and enzymatic reactions that depend on minerals. The platinum group elements in the periodic table are especially important, and are well provided in love minerals. I'll give you a good example of how this works. I have a tendency of getting muscle spasms when I don't hydrate myself well, that is, drink enough water, or if I eat too much table salt. Sodium chloride, by the way, is pretty toxic. Try to avoid regular sodium chloride table salt, and that also substitute pure quality sea salt. Substituting pure quality sea salt has helped me with my problem that came about largely because I practiced dentistry for 16 years and was exposed to a lot of mercury, a neurotoxin that is associated with many neurological problems such as autism in children from vaccine mercury exposures. Now, a product that I recommend highly is called Zeolife that helps pull heavy metals and chemicals out of your body. This helps replace valuable minerals as well, unlike other medical chelation agents that pull beneficial minerals out of your body. Love Minerals actually resupplies them as well as helps to dechemicalize and de-heavy metalize your blood. So if you drink a lot of good water as well as bathe your cells in good quality minerals, then your life systems normalize again, your nerves and muscles begin to operate correctly again, and in my case, my muscle spasms simply disappear. Now, while we're on the topic of elements in the periodic table, let's talk about this typical elemental chart being replaced today by far more intelligent designs that reflect more clearly the circular, spiraling designs of everything in nature. As you will learn more in level 3 of this training, dealing with bioenergetics and 5 to 8 Hertz frequency dynamics that is central to universal design that relies on musical mathematics that gives rise to everything like circles, squares, hexagons, triangles, in essence, all of sacred geometry. This knowledge helps to explain why the universe is spinning in sync with the Fibonacci series of musical mathematics that underlies the laws of physics. So here are other periodic table designs that scientists are now advancing to replace the old elemental charts. Now let's move on to organic chemistry and the fundamentals about organic compounds involved in health science. Organic chemistry features carbon-6 based compounds. All biological processes depend on carbon-6 hexagonal rings, as you see here. The main reason why this sacred geometry exists and is used throughout organic chemistry is due to the power of sound and light in manifesting creation. In fact, throughout organic chemistry, sacred geometry is used primarily because of the 528 Hertz frequency of sound and 528 nanometers of light that source virtually the heart of everything. For example, the rainbow. At its heart, it's greenish yellow. That is 528 nanometers. That reflects, of course, sunshine through water. The crystalline structure actually produces the beautiful rainbows that we see. And at the heart of the rainbow, of course, you can see this spectacular greenish yellow pigment of chlorophyll, the major oxygenating element that takes literally the electrons vibrating in love 528 Hertz frequency, beaming out of the sun, and then transmuting it or transforming it into oxygen from carbon dioxide, which we then breathe through the air, of course, oxygenating the air, and the breath, the prana, the ha of life is what keeps us alive. In fact, that's what the Bible says. It says that the life is in the blood, and specifically what it is in the blood that gives us this life is this oxygenating pigment that is called hemoglobin in human bloodstreams that's virtually identical with the pigment called chlorophyll in the botanical world. Now you can prove all of this to yourself. In fact, the musical mathematics, the science, the hard, cold mathematical equations of this in the Book of 528. Read that book, the Book of 528, Prosperity Key of Love, and this, of course, will be shared additionally in the Level 3 training program dealing with bioenergetics and healing. But if you want to get a great head start on that, pick up a copy of the book of 528, Prosperity Key of Love, in the healthyworldstore.com section of the books, and you'll be very blessed with